Good afternoon to one and all present. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I come to this auspicious moment for the success meet of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. I just want to give a brief of why we are here and what is the success meet is all about. We did Vaanijya Nagari 1.0 the previous year and we made a staggering amount of 2.2 lakhs as our revenue. This year also we made Vaanijya Nagari 2.0, but the amount of revenue that was generated has not been revealed yet. So the amount that was generated in the program will definitely be revealed. But before that, I want to I want to welcome all the chief guests and dignitaries to this event. First of all, I want to welcome Maruti Medical's founder, sir, Mahendra sir, to this function. So thank you so much for coming, sir. I want to welcome the backbone for this event, for this college, our beloved principal, sir, Dr. JMM, sir. Sir, thank you so much for coming to this program, sir. I want to welcome Dr. Anita MJ, our vice principal, madam. Ma'am, welcome to the program, ma'am. I want to welcome our IQC coordinator and who stood with us through the entire journey of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Ramat, sir. So thank you so much for being here, sir. I want to start this program by inviting the chief guest to say a few words. Sir, please, sir.
भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। वंदे मातरम। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय। ताई भुवनेश्वरी के ನನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತಿಪೂರ್ಣ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಮಾತೃ ದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಪಿತೃ ದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ದೇವೋ ಭವ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ವಿನಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಶತಶತಮಾನಗಳೇ ಉರುಳಲಿ ನಾ ಅಳಿದರು ನೀ ಅಳಿದರು, ಕೊನೆಗೊಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗನು ಉಳಿದರು. ಕನ್ನಡಮಯವಾಗುವುದು ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ ನೀನಾಗುವ. ಈ ತಾಯಿಯ ಋಣವ ತೀರಿಸುವ. ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ಸತ್ಯ, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜನತೆ ನಾಡ ಪ್ರೇಮಿಗಳು, ದೇಶ ಪ್ರೇಮಿಗಳು, ವಿಶ್ವ ಪ್ರೇಮಿಗಳು, ಹೃದಯ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರು. ಇಂತಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನಿರೋದು ನನ್ನ ಪುಣ್ಯ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ನಗರಿ ಸಫಲ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಜೇತರಿಗೂ ಅನಂತ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. दुनिया के नंबर 1 टेनिस खिलाड़ी नोवाक जोकोविच कहते हैं, बड़े सपने देखने का जज्बा रखो, मेहनत से सब कुछ संभव है. जो मैं बोल रहा हूं आपको समझ में आ रहा है? बड़ा ही सौभाग्यशाली हूं मैं कि दक्षिण भारत में आप हिंदी को इतना महत्व देते हैं. तो जो इस मीट आयोजन में बहुत आगे तक पहुंचे हैं उन्हें मैं बधाई देता हूं. लेकिन एक बात याद रखिए, इरादों का इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है, हौसलों की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है. अभी तो नापी है हमने मुट्ठी भर जमीन, आगे सारा आसमान बाकी है. महको तो ऐसे महको, बहारों को होश आ जाए, बजाओ ऐसी तालियां कि आप सबको जोश आ जाए. आपको देखकर मन करता है कि आपको उपहार दूं, लेकिन रात को रात का क्या उपहार दें, दिल को जज्बात का क्या उपहार दें. लाने को तो हम आपके लिए चांद ले आते, लेकिन चांद को चांद का क्या उपहार दें. ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾತನಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ ಆ ಮಾತುಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಬಾಯಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯದ ಮಾತುಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿವಿಯ ಬದಲು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಆಲಿಸಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗೋದು ಆ ಮಾತುಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯದ ಕೂಗು. ಕೆಲವರು ದೇವರ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಚರ್ಚ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಮಸೀದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ದೇವರ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹಾಗೂ ಯುಗಾದಿ ಹಬ್ಬದ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. भारत रत्न डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम कहते हैं, सपने वो नहीं होते जो हमें नींद में आते हैं, सपने तो वो होते हैं जो हम दिन में संजोते हैं, और वो सपने हमें रात को सोने नहीं देते। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी कहते हैं कि जब सपनों के साथ संकल्प जुड़े होते हैं और उन सपनों को पूरा करने का ईमानदारी से प्रयास किया जाता है, और जब वो प्रयास सपनों से ऊपर होता है तो सफलता स्वयं चलकर आती है। आप सबके उज्जवल भविष्य की मैं हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं करता हूं। याद रहे, प्रतिभा के साथ सकारात्मक सोच एवं अनुशासन, कड़ी मेहनत से आप आगे बढ़िए। आपके जीवन में प्रकाश ही प्रकाश है। ನಾನು ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿ ಬಂದರು, ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯ ಸ್ಥಾನ, ನನ್ನ ಮಾನ ಪ್ರಾಣ, ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಮಾನ, ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನ, ಬಿಗುಮಾನ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಾಯಿ ಭುವನೇಶ್ವರಿ ಪಾದಕಮಲ ಸ್ಥಾನವೇ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗನಾಗಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ನನ್ನ ಅಸ್ಮಿತೆ. ಭಾರತ ಒಂದು ಮಹಾನ್ ದೇಶ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ. ದೇಶ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಮಿಗಿಲು. ದೇಶದ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ದೇಶ ಸೇವೆಯಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ನನ್ನ ನೋವಿನ ಮಾತನ್ನ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಿವಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿ. ಅದೇನೆಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶವನ್ನ ರಕ್ಷಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿನ ಉಳಿಸುವ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಸುಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಆಚಾರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕಾದುದು ನಮ್ಮದು, ನಿಮ್ಮದು, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರದು ಆದ್ಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಗೆ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ನೋವಾಗದಂತೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿನ ಬೆಳೆಸುತ್ತೀವಿ. जिसको ना निज गौरव तथा निज देश का अभिमान है, नर नहीं पशु है वह, वीरा और मृतक समान है. जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, वो हृदय नहीं पत्थर है. जिसको भारत से प्यार नहीं, जिसको भारत से प्यार नहीं, उसे भारत की धरती पर रहने का अधिकार नहीं. मेरे साथियों, कहनत को तो हम कहते हैं सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, लेकिन सच्चाई कुछ और है. आजादी के इतने वर्षों के बाद भी आम हिंदुस्तानी ये सपने देख रहा है कि अच्छे दिन कब आएंगे. मैं आपसे पूछता हूं कि क्या अच्छे दिन केवल सरकार के प्रयास से आएंगे? नहीं. जिस दिन इस देश का प्रत्येक नागरिक अपने कर्तव्य का सही पालन करेगा, मेरा देश खुशहाल समृद्ध होगा ही, अपने खोए हुए गौरव को भी पुनः प्राप्त करेगा. मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं कि आप केवल अपनी मां के बेटे नहीं, भारत माता के बेटे हैं. आप केवल अपनी परिवार की आशाओं के केंद्र नहीं, भारत माता की आशाओं के केंद्र है. बड़े ही गर्व के साथ कहते हैं कि अब हिंदुस्तान दुनिया की 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन गया है, और हमारे प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास. जय जवान, जय किसान, जय विज्ञान, जय अनुसंधान. एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत, स्वच्छ भारत, स्वस्थ भारत, समृद्ध भारत, आत्मनिर्भर भारत का सपना देख रहे हैं, और वो सपना पूरा करेंगे. आप आज मन में ये संकल्प करें कि हम स्वयं के लिए नहीं, देश के लिए जिएंगे. आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ದಿನ ನಾವು ಜಾತಿ ಭೇದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರೆತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಜಾತಿ, ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜಾತಿ. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಧರ್ಮ, ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಭಾಷೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಭಾಷೆ. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಪರಿಚಯ, ಭಾರತೀಯ. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಧ್ಯೇಯ, ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಗತಿ. ಯಾವ ದಿನ ನಾವು ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಗತಿಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಸಾಧಿಸುತ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವರ್ಗದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರೇ ಭಾರತ್, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಹೆಸರೇ ಭಾರತ್. ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ, ರಾಮನ ಭಾರತ, ಗಾಂಧಿರವರ ಭಾರತ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಭಾರತ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಸರ್ ಎಂ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಸರ್ದಾರ್ ಭಗತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಬೋಸ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಸರ್ದಾರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಲೋಕಮಾನ್ಯ ಬಾಲ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ತಿಲಕ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಅಟಲ್ ಬಿಹಾರಿ ವಾಜಪೇಯಿ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ಅಭಿನಂದನ್ ವರ್ಧಮಾನ್ ಅವರ ಭಾರತ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಭಾರತ. ಜೈ ಭಾರತ. वाणिज्य नगरी के विजेताओं को मैं पुनः बधाई देता हूं. इनाम उसे ही मिलता है जिसका काम होता है, पत्र उसे ही मिलता है जिसका नाम होता है. स्वयंवर में आमंत्रित होने से क्या हुआ, सीता उसे ही मिलती है जिसका नाम होता है. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಉಜ್ವಲ ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಶುಭಕಾಮನೆಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಶುಭ ಭಾರತಿ. जय भारत माता जय भारत माता की जय वंदे मातरम गो माता की जय कन्नड़ भुवनेश्वरी ताईगे जय धन्यवाद
Thank you so much, Mahendra sir. Now, I think it is the right time to mention and tell 75% of the revenue that comes from his business, he is keeping it aside for charity. A big round of applause for Mahendra sir for his contribution. Now, there is a small video that is going to be played that is directed and acted by Mahendra sir.
जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय सुंदर नदिवनगणनाडे जय हे रस ऋषिगण बीडे भारत जननीय तनुजाते ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನಭಮಣಿಯೇ ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇದದ ಘೋಷ ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವನು ನಿನ್ನಾವೇಶ ಹಸುರಿನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಯೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಜಿರನುತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಶಂಕರ ಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ನನ್ನ ಷಡಕ್ಷರಿ ಕೊಂಡ ಪಪ್ಪಲ ಕುವಿಪತಿ ಜನ್ನ ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳಧಾಮ ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯ ರಾಮ ದಾನಕರಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಕೈಲಪ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಡಿದ ನಾಡೆ ಕಂಕಣ ಜಕಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಬೀಡೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ಬರರಂಗ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನರು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಜನಕದ ಗೋಲುವ ಗೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಕಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಡಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಶ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. So now is the time to tell you what has been the efforts that went through. So I call one of our board members, Neha, from second BBA LLP, to give a brief report about what all happened in the process of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. Neha, on stage, please.
There will be obstacles, there will be doubters, there will be mistakes, but with hard work, there are no limits. Michael Phelps. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Neha Rovera from Chanakya, the Management and Commerce Committee. Today, I welcome you all to the success meet of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. So, we have been planning for this event for quite a long time. So, I will just give you a brief report of how all of it started and how it's been going. Risks are unavoidable, but efforts need to be constant. With this encouraging thought and spirit, we, the Chanakya, Farmers and Management Committee, started the beautiful journey of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0 on the 6th of February 2023. On the 25th of January, there was an official WhatsApp group created for the discussions, inputs, and coordinations. On the 31st of January, we were officially welcomed with the overwhelming warmth of our dear faculty coordinator, Mr. Jayan Kashyap. On the 2nd of February, the official poster and brochure of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0 was released along with the various departments that would be functioning for the event, namely the Finance Department, the Promotions and Advertising Department, Task Management Department, Hosts and Performers, Registration Desk. Our first official meeting took place on the 7th of February with all the committee members, board members, and faculty coordinator, which sums up to a total of 103 members. Quite a number, isn't it? All the members were to pay a sum of rupees 500 for the goodies which were given to us a few days prior to the event and included a white customized t-shirt with a print of the name of the committee and the respective names of the members. From the very same day, various members of the committee made a lot of amazing posters and videos with a lot of effort and creativity, which was further shared on social media handles like the Instagram page of the committee and on everyone's WhatsApp as well. Later, we were told about the sponsorships and how important it is for the success of this mega event. Now comes one of the most important things, that is the registration of stalls, wherein a Google form was circulated on the 14th of February in order for people to register so they get the golden opportunity to put up a stall and learn a whole lot of things, apply their theoretical knowledge, be creative, and importantly, earn a lot of money. As all of this was going on, there was a group of members who prepared a flash mob simultaneously, which was performed in the backstage on the 15th of February. The second official meeting of the committee was held on the 16th of February in the AV room, wherein there were discussions with regard to going on to various colleges and inviting them for the fest. The team, and there were various teams made. There were teams of three members each, and each team was allotted three colleges. They had to visit all the colleges and invite them for the fest. On the 21st of February, few members of the committee, along with Ms. Deepa ma'am, visited the Commissioner of Police office to invite the Deputy Commissioner of Police, IPS, Shri Yatish Chandra Jihad sir, for Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. There was a Google form circulated to get the feedback of the teams who visited the colleges to improve the working and coordination of the team and committee. The visit to colleges continued to the next day as well, on the 22nd of February. Each team took the number of a coordinator from every college they visited, which was then shared with one of the committee members who followed up and made sure that the colleges did come to the event. On the 25th of February, a few committee members, along with a faculty coordinator, visited the Education Minister, Mr. B.C. Nagesh sir. On the 26th of February, the committee released a standard operating procedure (SOP) for the good functioning and success of the event. On the 27th of February, the committee and our beloved faculty coordinator, Mr. Jayan Kashyap sir, went to invite Honorable Minister of Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Livelihood of Karnataka, Shri Ashwath Narayan sir. By now, we had a list of all the stalls and stall owners and the products or services they'd be providing in their stalls on the day of the event. The board members sat down and made a separate list of all the food stalls and further decided to make sure that the food served and sold is of good quality, taste, and hygiene. In order to implement this, the committee brought in a system where the stall owners were asked to bring in a sample of the food they'd be serving on the day of the event, which would then go through a test or check by the faculties who decide whether or not the stall can serve the food or beverage they were selling and issued a NOC and FGC, which marked the authenticity and permission. The stall owners were also requested to market their stalls in all possible ways to attract crowd and also submit a 1-minute video of them advertising their stall. On the 3rd of March, the official invitation to invite the alumni members of the college was released and all committee members sat down and called about 100,000 plus alumni to invite them to the event. Simultaneously, each committee member was allotted each stall for supervision and coordination. On the 6th of March, all committee members visited their allotted colleges again to invite the students and faculty. The pictures of the same were shared in WhatsApp group by all the teams. The same day, there was a meeting of all the committee members in the EV room discussing everything that has been done and the things that are to be done since we were in the last stage of our preparations. On the 7th of March, some committee members, along with Ms. Deepa ma'am, visited BESCOM office to invite the managing director, Mr. Mahantesh Nagari sir. At the same time, the committee included some management related competitions like Shark Tank to make the event more fun loving and even better a learning experience for the students visiting from other colleges. The board members as well as the committee members, along with our faculty coordinator, sat down together for hours together to plan the layout of the infrastructure. And after hours of constant efforts, changes, and ideas, the layout was finalized and shared with the committee on the 7th of March. The layout included the stall placement, the stage, and the entry. Through all this, a set of students were also preparing for a flash mob performance. Throughout the last week prior to the fest, a lot of volunteers, committee members, and our faculty coordinator stayed back in the campus until late in the evening, as late as 10:30, 11 p.m. in the campus, which clearly signifies the blood, sweat, efforts, and dedication the committee as a whole has put up to make this event a big success. On the 8th of March, the committee managed to meet Shri Priyakrishna sir to invite him for the event. Finally, a day prior to the fest, on the 9th of March at 3 p.m., the winner's trophy was inaugurated by our beloved principal sir, along with the other trophies. The category of trophies were as follows: the Jolly Jellyfish Award, Swachh KLE Award, Most Crowded Stall Award, Public's Most Favorite Stall Award, Best Advertisers Award, Best Sales Strategy Award, Most Unique Stall Idea Award, Rising Brand Award, and finally the winner's trophy. A few students invited Shri Suresh Kumar sir, Honorable MLA of the Rajajinagar constituency, for the event. Team Chanakya, along with our faculty coordinator, our mentor, invited the Honorable Minister of Horticulture, Shri Muni Ratna sir. All the volunteers were asked to coordinate with their respective stalls and one final time give confirmation, making sure that there were no issues and everything was ready for the event. There comes the most awaited, most excited day we all had been waiting for. We all had worked so much for. The 10th of March, Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. The committee members were asked to report at 7:30 a.m. and the stall owners were asked to report by 8:30 a.m. The volunteers helped and assisted the stall owners in putting up the stalls, making sure all the stalls had all the requirements they had asked for. While all the stall owners and committee members were running around to get all started with the fest, we had our chief guest arriving at 10:30 a.m. Shri Yatish Chandra Jihad sir was warmly welcomed by our faculty coordinator, our principal sir, and other faculty members. Sir inaugurated the fest by cutting the ribbon and personally visited each stall and interacted with the stall owners. Up next, Sir was taken to the AV room for a formal interactive session where the audience asked various questions to Sir, which he indeed answered with utmost enthusiasm and interest. Meanwhile, the stalls started with their businesses as soon as the inauguration was done. Students were let in with a stamp on their wrist at the entry point. Everybody started their shopping and exploring a huge variety of stalls present there. There was open stage which was set up for the performance of various cultural activities from singing, dancing, stand-up comedy and whatnot. The performances went on simultaneously while people were enjoying having fun there with their peers going from one stall to another. Volunteers were directed to collect money from their responsible stalls by 2 p.m. Sponsors were given a chance to get on stage and make announcements, share information with regard to their services they provide. The crowd enjoyed the band thoroughly well, which was specially arranged after a lot of efforts. A lot of stalls were sold out by afternoon due to high demand of the products, which marks the success. We arrived at the end of this marvelous, big, fun learning experience at 6:30 p.m., wherein four awards were announced by our respected principals, sir. The Jolly Jellyfish Award was won by Lace Sweet Tooth. Swachh KLE Award was won by Food to Fly. Most Crowded Stall Award was won by Ice Spice. Public's Most Favorite Award was Pigeons. This event wouldn't have reached its height without the guidance of our beloved principal, sir, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya, sir, the support of our vice principal, M.J. Anita ma'am, the input and ideas of our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar Hiramat, sir. This event wouldn't have reached its success without the generous support and contributions of our sponsors either. One of our most respectable and major and important sponsors was the BESCOM. The board members, along with its along with Ms. Deepa ma'am, visited the BESCOM head office in KR Circle on the 7th of March to invite the MD of BESCOM, Mr. Mahantesh Bilagai sir. I I on behalf of Chanakya, the Commerce and Management Committee, couldn't thank our faculty, Ms. Deepa and BESCOM enough for their support and contribution. This event wouldn't have reached its heights without the guidance of our faculty members. If your teacher, coach, or mentor believes you can do something, you are more likely to do it. When moral. Through the constant efforts, guidance, hard work, smart work, nature, nurture, knowledge of our beloved faculty coordinator, Mr. Jayant Kashyap sir, we managed to make this event a big grand success. The coordination, understanding, and patience participation of our committee members, the event wouldn't have been possible. This time, we did take it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neha. That was definitely a in detail report. Probably that was like a movie that you were listening to. Thank you so much on that, Neha. I request our Vice Principal, Anita ma'am, to share her experience of how was Vaanijya Nagari 2.0.
First of all, congratulations, students, coordinators, and volunteers and participants in Vaanijya Nagari. So it was amazing experience. Everybody will accept this one. We all enjoyed a lot. There were different kinds of stalls and different kinds of whether it is food, whether it is clothes, whether it is the games, etc., etc. Not only it is students, even faculty members, visitors, other visitors, outsiders, everybody enjoyed. And one more thing I want to tell here is we could make out your effort. Now I went through this long report, so it is evident that so much of hard work you have put, and you have learned a lot. So we say what is intricacies of business or what you need to keep in mind, whether what kind of stall you have to put up with, how you need to advertise your things in that particular stall, what you are going to sell, how to attract customers, how to sell your products. I could make out when students are explaining their products. I could make out our students are not lesser than any of the businessmen. How well they explained their product and made everyone to purchase the things. So it was amazing experience. Thank you and congratulations all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anita ma'am. I now request our IQAC coordinator, Manoj sir, to share his experience on how Vaanijya Nagari 2.0 was. So the information of all, sir had also invested 6,000 rupees.
Good afternoon, all respected dignitaries and my dear students. Definitely, Vaanijya Nagari 2.0 met our expectations. Uh, the preparation has started 1 month and 2 months before, as Jayant was mentioning earlier. Uh, Vaanijya Nagari 2.0 is in total alignment with our new teaching learning method, that is outcome-based education, where we emphasize on uh, result. Whatever we learn, we should be testing whether it has been reached the students or not, and they have learned something or not. So maybe as a part of management subjects like marketing management, entrepreneurship development, such other subjects, and even for that matter, many of these things are related to law subjects also. So learning by doing is the one of the methods of learning. So that was put in place through this fest, management fest. So no doubt, students must have taken it as one of the uh, activities purely with respect to management, but nevertheless it is an activity which has helped the students to develop the entrepreneurial skills, leadership skills, cooperative, how to work in cooperation with each other. So like this, many skills that have been inculcated in the students through this exercise is what I believe, and definitely look forward for uh, Vaanijya Nagari 2.3 with more and big success. With this, again, I congratulate all the participants as well as the winners, and also all the sponsors, including Maruti Medicals and all other uh, sponsors who supported this initiative of learning by doing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manoj sir. I would definitely want to tempted to invite presidential letter by principal sir, but on a conscious decision, I would want to call principal sir a little later because I know you're all waiting for the awards. Now I call upon the president of Chanakya Committee, Kitan, to announce the awards of Vaanijya Nagari 2.1. So request all the dignitaries to come on stage. Sir, award
Good afternoon, one and all present here. We all were waiting for this moment, and here it is. The Vaanijya Nagari Awards 2023 for appreciating the contribution and participation of each one of you. The first award of the day, the Best Advertisers Award. I request our IQSC coordinator, Sri Manoj Kumar Iramet sir, to give away this award. And the award goes to team which had chaplains promoting around the stalls, team BBA BCom Food Gallo. The next award of the day is Best Sales Strategy Award. I request Sri Soumya ma'am to give away this award. I request Deepa ma'am to give away this award. And the award goes to Team Ilkal and Looms for their extraordinary sale. The third award of the day for the most unique stall idea award in Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. I request our Vice Principal, Sri Anita MJ ma'am, to give away this award. And this award goes to the most hardworking team, E Sala Kapnamde. The fourth award of the day, the Rising Brand Award. I request our respected principal sir to give away this award. This award goes to the team which displayed extreme enthusiasm throughout the event and has established themselves as the rising brand of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. Team BBA Wala. The fifth and special award of the day, JMM Award of Excellence, in the name of our respected principal JM Mallikarjunaya sir. This award goes to Team Namuraginnu. I request principal sir again to give away this award. And now the most awaited award of the day, the winners of Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. Any guesses? I request our Honorable Chief Guest Sri Mahendra Manoj sir and principals to hand over the winner's trophy to team which also won the most crowded stall award, Vaanijya Team.
Definitely, definitely. Okay. You're one of our loyal customers. We like you. Come inside, come inside.
I request J.M. Mallikarjunaya sir to speak a few words about our event.
Respected Mahendra Mohanji, who has always been the supporter of all activities at the college. Madam Anita, my dear colleague friends and student friends. At the outset, I also would join others in congratulating all of you who made this event. I would describe it as a grand success. Congratulations to team semester, volunteers, shop more importantly, buyers in the event. Congratulations, you have made it actually. I must say, in the process, from top to the bottom, all of you have indeed emerged as the Chanakyas. In fact, Dr. Manoj was talking about the way we planned this activity and try to get few aspects out of this activity which is going to meet the learning objectives. I was wondering, there are a lot of teams who have, rather all teams, have thought uniquely, tried to make difference. Of course, by making difference, make a lot of money. Few of them invested a lot and procured a lot. Few of them invested very little, but the margin of profit was really appreciable. We study in economics as BCom LLB and BBA LLB students. You would have studied under macroeconomics about theories of profit. One of the theories, of course, the classical theory by Keynes. He observes wherever the risk is more, the profit is more, called the risk-bearing theory. I was seeing the kind of risk all of you have, all of you are taking, and I also saw, I think 99% of you have proved Keynes right by taking risk and making more profit. Of course, I must admit 1% of you went to prove the exceptions to Keynes theory right. And that's how the learning gets matched, I believe. In the process, one more thing that I notice and for which I am happy is that whether it is break-even, hefty and windfall profits or loss, whatever, I saw all teams enjoying what they were doing. And the kind of effort that you have put to make little profit and see an entrepreneur in yourself, the kind of jobs that you were doing. I thought, more than me, I should call your parents and see how you are struggling here. You wouldn't be doing any work at home, but all the kind of work that you are doing to make your venture successful. So that must have proved to you This activity has indeed thrown light on how difficult life is, how possible life is, and everything depends on your willingness to do. Everything depends on your efforts, and your efforts will never go in vain, is what this activity, I believe, must have taught to you. I believe this activity is not just going to match the learning objectives of XYG courses in ABC programs, which FYC must have imagined. The lessons that you carry from this activity must go to shape your life indeed. I believe they are going to shape your life indeed. I was also making reference to this aspect during the inaugural program. Unlike our days, today each one of you, happy thing is, want to become Mahendra Manojji, who is one of the greatest entrepreneur and a trader in medicines. Having had such huge business, it was so heartwarming to understand that 70% of his income, he has a good business, there is no doubt about it. 70% of his income goes for charity and activities like these. And as law students, you would be able to appreciate. Today we have reached a stage when the natural resources of this country are being utilized by the entrepreneurs, capitalists, and so on. Today, charity has to be done mandatorily. Charity and mandatory doesn't go together, but the law finds it today. Under company law, you have what is called CSR. And I must tell you, our today's guest has understood his corporate social responsibility much before your 2013 Act comes in, for which we must all congratulate and express our thanks to today's chief guest. Thank you very much, sir. And I must also say, if you are celebrating the success meet, if you have an inspiring guest like him, keep in mind to be the entrepreneur in life. Keep in mind an amount of social responsibility every entrepreneur has to discharge. That can be better understood rather by the law students, I believe. Well, there are a lot of takeaways if we go on listing. I'm sure when I go on listing, you will agree. This activity generates a lot of learning. One such activity, right from your teacher coordinator till the last volunteer, how much of responsibility, how much of understanding, how much of taking a step back in order to make the venture successful, in order to make the event successful. So much of learning happens in the process. So many leaders this activity could develop, and I could see the charioteer of the program, Mr. Jain, leading the team from the front. Leading the team from the front, let me tell you, guys, out of experience, I'm telling you, the team can be pushed from the back, team can be pulled from the front. What is important is pulling the team from the front is more important than sitting at the back and trying people to do their job. I did see Miss Jan leading the team and pulling, being the engine at the front and pulling the bogies. And I'm sure that is the response. That is the reason for this success meet. I believe lot of many other takeaways you would have had from this program. Last but not the least, for Team Chanakya, while I once again congratulate you and thank you profusely for bringing in such an atmosphere at the college. Look for look for taking the activity to the next level.
Yes, sir.
Look for diversing the activities. Have a lot of academic initiatives. like blend of economics and law, blend of business studies and law, how well it makes difference to a law student. Think on these lines, spread the activities, and keep the Chanakya committee vibrant. I must tell you, while we celebrate our success, there are two things that are necessary. One, it shall not embrace, the success meet shall not let us embrace complacency. Success meets shall make you more and more hungry. That's one thing. And the second thing is, while we celebrate success meet, while it is a day for patting our backs, no activity is perfect. There could be few activities, there could be few areas where we must have erred. Try to have a look at them and try to learn from those experiences. It is only the failures that will give us experiences, and it is the experiences that would shape our life and take us to the next level. So have an audit of those aspects as well, and commit yourself not to repeat those things if there are. I'm not trying to say there were. I'm only trying to say no activity would ever be perfect. There could be few areas for correction. Set, do the audit, and try to correct them as we go ahead. I think with these, once again, congratulate you all for a wonderful participation in the event. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Now I request our principal, Dr. J. Mallikarjuna, sir, to felicitate our guest of honor, Mahendra, sir. Please. So we have come to the last leg of the program. So I would not rather call this a vote of thanks, but I would rather tell this a conclusion speech. Followed by this, there will be a small video snippet by Mahendra sir that will be played in the audiovisual room. Um, I've been waiting for this moment from quite a long time. Strong faith can move mountains. Jesus says to Matthews, and Matthews answers how, and Jesus says, if you have a bunch of mustard seeds in your hand, you can move mountains. So there is a small analogy to it. We have come to the end of a phenomenal journey called Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. I'm happy indeed. This is my brainchild. And now, rather put it across and say it is our brainchild. The journey to make this massive event happen was indeed tough. I would not be humble in acknowledging and saying it was easy, but I would definitely acknowledge and say that it was indeed tough, but with JMM sir behind at all cost, it definitely was bearable. Firstly, I shall confess and say I haven't done such a massive program entirely in my life. Secondly, after my 2009 10th standard examinations, the only night before Vaanijya Nagari 2.0, I had tremendous amount of fear and stress. Now I'll come to the statistics part. The total amount of revenue that spread throughout the entire day was a staggering amount of 7.2 lakhs to 8 lakh rupees approximately. That amount reflects that the Vaanijya Nagari 1.0 compared to 2.0, 2.0 has grown 4 times bigger. Thanks to my board members of Chanakya committee, I've really not been a nice person with you people. But the amount of exposure that my college, KLE Law College, has created for you people is definitely on par or beyond with any other premier institutions in the country, I believe. I just leave behind one note. We have just executed 50% of our vision. So remember, the rest remains bold. The nights we spent arranging funds, traveling across Bangalore from Indranagar to Baswangudi, from officers of Hombade Films, the producers of KGF, to Shobha developers in search of sponsors, from KTM bike showroom to Tutorials Point. I just made an analysis. We have traveled more than 600 kilometers across Bangalore to bring sponsorships. From an ex-councillor's home to Minister of the State, we left no stone unturned. The moment I paused and realized, Karmanya Vyadika Raste, Mapaleshu Kadachana, I'll just do my duty and leave the results to the God. I had to confess this too. The first time in life, I was completely blank on the day of Vaanijya Nagari 2.2. I didn't know what I could expect, so I just went with the flow. Thanks to the Chanakya committee members or my volunteers of Chanakya, you definitely did your capable best in making this program a huge successful one. As I always say, I need much more work than you always did. So gear up and work better, not only as a member of Chanakya committee, but as members of all committees that KV Law Colleges arranges. Thanks to the entrepreneurs of KV, I did see the amount of efforts that was put up by some teams. It was Herculean. I was wondering, where did all this energy come to these folks while they sat in the class snoozing? As a chief coordinator of this entire event, I want to make a point straight. Much more professionalism and much more ethics is definitely required when we do the program next. Those who didn't return or pay back the money, I understand your concerns. But the communication must definitely be made. I want to give a special mention to Deepa ma'am. I might have been the face of the success, but the confidence to this successful event came from the support Deepa ma'am gave. From bringing our biggest sponsor from Bescom, I would definitely want to tell the amount 50,000 rupees flat was offered from Bescom. To being with us on Sundays, bringing us chocolates, to discuss events, to arrange the protocol for the chief guest, calling the chief guest. I could rather say the due credit should be given to Madam for the silent effort she put up for this massive success. Ma'am, thank you so much. There would definitely be hindrances while arranging such a massive event, which the committee is well aware of, and it should be sorted out in upcoming days. I would want to thank our chief guest from Maruti Medicals, Mahendra sir. He is present here. For all of your information, the trophies were sponsored by Mahendra sir. Sir, thank you so much for sponsoring the trophies for us, sir. For guiding us, enlightening us with the point of view that you spoke today. I would also request Mahendra sir to become our title sponsor for Vaanijya Nagari 3.0. I would like to thank our Vice Principal Madam, Dr. Anita MJ ma'am, for guiding us throughout the event and being part of the event with ecstasy, enthusiasm, and joy as always. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would want to thank Soumya ma'am, the HOD of BBA, and Dr. Mahesh sir, KSLU coordinator, for meticulously spending hours in providing approvals to the stalls and tasting every product before it went on air. Mahesh sir has been phenomenal in approval process. I did want to mention this because the way sir stood with the NOC certificates did weed out any chances of mishappenings on that particular day. Thank you so much, Mahesh sir and Soumya ma'am. I do always go to Manoj sir. I pester him a lot to discuss the ideas that pop up in my mind. I did like this every time I do. I went to him and I spoke about Vaanijya Nagari 2.0. Manoj sir, the IQC coordinator is a man of less words and more of actions. He not only was with us throughout the approvals and changes that was necessary for the events, but indeed invested his seed fund and encouraged us like never before. Sir, thank you so much. I worked in this institution for 5 years. I definitely don't need to prove my boss and tell, sir, I could work because he trusts in me. I'm not making this statement to appease him or please him, but to let him know that his few words had so much impact on this event. Sir, I came to the cabin, planned to conduct Vaanijya Nagari inside our campus just like the last time with few additional stalls. But you did encourage me to set up in the ground. A small piece of advice that you said, you all saw the results, how huge, massive it was. This was all because of the support that sir gave. Sir, thank you so much. The last, I could proudly say, I might someday quit this institution, but I would never quit Dr. JMM sir for the amount of influence he had on my life. This statement is no exaggeration because for a person who worked in call centers and different other daily wage works, sir believed in me. Today, I am here standing as an assistant professor. It is because one man believed in me. That is Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya, sir. Sir, thank you so much. I believe the words lose its value if spoken more. All I want to say on behalf of the entire Commerce and Management Committee Chanakya is a massive thank you. All the teachers who were judges on that particular event, Rashmi ma'am, Sanya ma'am, Madhusudan sir, Chaitra Prasad sir, Gaudapnar sir, who else, who all supported us, who all shocked, all the teachers, non-teaching staff, office superintendent including his team, have been extremely cooperative in bringing this event to the light. Thank you once again. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I request Uday to play the video.
ಹೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸೇ ಬೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸೇ ಹೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸೇ ಬೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸೇ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನೇ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಆಗಲೇ ಕೊರೋನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು ಕತ್ತಲು ಕಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಕು ಬರುವುದು ಸಹಜ ನೋವು ನುಂಗಿದ ವೇಳೆ ನಗುವಿದೆ ತಿಳಿಯೋ ಮನುಜ ಸಾಧಿಸು ಸಾಧಿಸು ಬದುಕಿರುವವರೆಗೆ ಯೋಚಿಸು ಯೋಚಿಸು ನಿನ್ನದೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಘಳಿಗೆ ಹೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಬೆದರದಿರು ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನೇ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಆಗಲೇ ಕರೋನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು ತಾಳುತ್ತ ನೂರಾರು ರೂಪವ ತೋರುತ್ತ ಕರೋನ ಕ್ರೌರ್ಯವ ಹಬ್ಬುತ್ತ ಸಾಗಿದೆ ವೇಗವ ಹಿಂಡಿದೆ ಜನರ ಜೀವವ ನಿಯಮವ ಮರೆಯದೆ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ಮೆರೆಯಿರಿ ಲಸಿಕೆಯ ತೊರೆಯದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪಡೆಯಿರಿ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಾಗಿರಿ ಮೌಢ್ಯತೆ ದೂರ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಕತ್ತಲು ಕಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಕು ಬರುವುದು ಸಹಜ ನೋವನ್ನು ತುಂಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಗುವಿದೆ ತಿಳಿಯುವ ಮನುಜ ಸಾಧಿಸು ಸಾಧಿಸು ಬದುಕಿರುವವರೆಗೆ ಯೋಚಿಸು ಯೋಚಿಸು ನಿನ್ನದೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಘಳಿಗೆ ಬೆದರದಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸೆ ಬೆದರದಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸೆ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಆಗಲೇ ಕರೋನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು ಇರಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಬರಲಿ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಮುನಿಸು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ದಾಹಕ್ಕೆ ಮರಣ ಸ್ಮಶಾನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಬದುಕಿನ ಪಯಣದಿ ಸಾವಿರ ತಿರುವಿದೆ ಹೆದರದೆ ನಡೆದರೆ ಗೆಲುವಿನ ಛಲವಿದೆ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಉಸಿರೇ ಸಾರಥಿ ಆತ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಧೈರ್ಯವೇ ಸಾರಥಿ ಕತ್ತಲೆ ಕಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಕು ಬರುವುದು ಸಹಜ ನೋವನ್ನು ತುಂಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಗುವಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯೋ ಮನುಜ ಸಾಧಿಸು ಸಾಧಿಸು ಬದುಕಿರುವವರೆಗೆ ಯೋಚಿಸು ಯೋಚಿಸು ನಿನ್ನದೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಘಳಿಗೆ ಹೆದರದಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸೆ ಬೆದರದಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸೆ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನೇ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಆಗಲಿ ಕೊರೋನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನೇ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಆಗಲಿ ಕೊರೋನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು
So before I call it a day, thank you so much all stall owners, Chanakya members. Mahendra sir served around 5,000 ration kits during COVID-19 pandemic per day, and also served food for more than 4,500 auto drivers and daily wage workers during pandemic. Sir, thank you so much. We call it a day. Thank you. Wait till the guests.
All committee members and board members, please stay.